Welcome everybody. Today we are going to learn how to scrap a music web store using Python and a library called Beautiful Soap. It's easy and simple, and we are going to extract the data of all albums from our favorite music bands and store the information into a CSV file. So we are going to learn how to scrap data from this website. This website has music albums from music bands, for example, Motorhead. And we are going to extract the title of the album, the artist, binding, format, the image URL, and everything we want. So let's get ready. Of course, you can install an IDE, Python, an environment manager, and everything, or you can use Repl.it, this website. You can sign up and log in, but you don't need to. You can come here, create a new REPL, select Python, and that's it. Here we have the middle column, and we are going to write the code. For example, print hello. On the right column, the terminal is going to display all we want. For example, hello is printed here. On the left column, we have the files, and we have the main PB, the Python file. We only need one file for this project, so you don't need to look here. Okay, first we're going to delete this, and we need to import the libraries we are going to use. For example, import request from Beautiful Soap. We're going to import Beautiful Soap, import XML, and import pandas as PD. The first import request is going to fetch the HTML files. Beautiful Soap is going to pull the data from the HTML file. This one is going to parse or translate the HTML code to Python so we can manipulate it. And finally, pandas is going to help us to manipulate the data, help us printing the information in a better way. You will see it later. And something more, you will see. Now first, we can run and nothing is going to happen. Well, it's going to install the package we imported here. Now, when you see the orange arrow, everything is installed. Everything is working, and now it's time to code. Grab the URL, store it into a variable like this, and we need to request or get this URL. Get, and we're going to store the response into a page. Then we print it. Of course. If we have this number, response 200, 200 is the HTTP code of OK. So we have fetched successfully the URL. Now we need to check if page status code equals 200. Well, we can use request codes OK. Okay, we have. Let's try again. Now that we have the page, we have to translate it to Python with Beautiful Soap, page, text, and we're going to use this XML package to translate it. And we're going to print BS. Sounds familiar? This is pretty much the code we have here on the website. Now we need to search what do we want to scrap from here. For example, we want this one, the first. Let me see. Seems like this item is this one, this ally or list item, and this is an unordered list, UL. This is the first, this is the second one, this is the third, fourth, and so on. This is the ally tag and has the class result item. Let's go to the code, delete this, and from here we're going to list all CDs. And for that we're going to use this, and this is the code, PS, and we want to find all list items. Let me print it. $197. We only have here 10. We need to reduce the scope. Now we are not only find all the ally items, we are going to search all the ally items with this class. Let me copy it, come here, and we want to class underscore equals result item. Now we have 10. Now that we are here, we're going to take the first item, the first CD, list all CD, and now we are going to print it. Okay, everything is here in place. Here's the image, here's the name of the album, the artist name, binding, everything. We are going to learn how to scrap one item and then apply that logic to all of the items. So, for example, we want to take the image of the first CD. We have this list result item in CD. So, in CD we have all this information. We want the image, is going to be here. Let's see, seems like we have an image tag, and this is the image we have here. Let me select it. Yeah. We need to take the first image and extract the source. For example, we want the image and we want to do the same thing we did here. For example, not from BS, but from CD. From CD, we want the we want to find, not find all, but find. That is going to find the first item, the first image. The first image has the first image has the class product image. Let us scope it down, class product image. Let's print it, image. We have the tag here, but we only need the source, the root of the image. So we can get that attribute using src. Let's see. Now we want to get the name of the album. The name of the album is here, inspect, and we can see that the text is inside an A tag, that it's inside a H2 tag. Let's come here and repeat the same code. Name equals CD. We want to find H2, A, and text. H2, find A, and we want to take the text. Print name. Nice. Now we need to repeat the same for everything. Let's see, we want the binding, the artist name too. Alley, label, text. cd, find, class, artist. Print artist. We need to take the text. We don't need the artist text here. So let me take it out. Artist equals artist, and we are going to replace this, the artist part of the code, split by an empty space, and take this is the first part, this is the second part, we're going to take the second part. This will be the first part, is going to be the second one. Cool. One more we can take from here. Binding, format, release date, and label. Binding, find, binding, text. Don't forget the underscore. Binding, no, print, binding. We are running on the same problem we had before, but it's easy to solve. Binding, we can do this too. Binding, replace binding text with an empty string. Let's see, print binding. Oh, this is cool. Now let's see what more we can take. Format, release, label. Let's simplify it. For example, format equals cd, find, class. Now it's format. We're going to take the text. Format album equals format album, replace format with an empty string. Print the format album. Easy, right? Box set. Once we have the item, we just need to keep exploring the structure and take the data we want. It's as easy as that. For example, now one more. Release date. Release date is release date. Release date. Again, find class underscore the text. We want to take out release date. Replace release it. Print release date. No problems here. One more, the label. Cd, find, class, label, oops, text. Let's see, As always, label, label, replace, label, label, of course. Seems like we have everything, but maybe we should take this album URL. Let's come here. This is the link. Inspect. Cool. H2A and href. URL. cd. Find. Like before with the name. Find a. But this time we're going to take the href and print it. And this is not a full HTML, it's a relative HTML. We can solve it. Let's come here, take this URL, base URL, and this is going to be added to this. URL equals base URL plus URL. Let's see. And now this seems like something we can click. Let me grab it, if I can. Copy. Nice, we have the URL. But now we have only one CD and we have 10 here. We need to take all the information here, store it somewhere, and come here again, store it here, 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 here. We don't want to loop over a CD. We want to loop over for all CDs in list all CD. This is going to come here, grab the first CD, perform some code, come here, grab the second CD, run the same code, and all over again. Let me see if it's going to iterate over all the list, printing the URL. Seems like it's taking all the same URL. Oh, of course, because this is going to give us the CD information. Let me try it again. This is a problem I ran before. Non-type object has no attribute text. And this is the format album. Let's see. Format is here, but it's not here. Some albums have or not the attributes we want, so we have to run some small check. Let's see. For example, here we want to get the format album only if exists. So let me code this and do a ternary Python expression. So if the format album exists, we are going to replace it extracting the text. If does not exist, else we are going to store an empty string. This way, if we find an album without a format album, it's not going to try to get the text from something that does not exist. Let me try it again. Now it's working. Yeah, it's getting the different albums. But what if you find that some album has no release date, or binding, or label? We need to apply this to every attribute. Let me copy paste it. See, for example, in binding, we're going to get the binding, not the text. Just is going to try to get the item. If that item exists, the binding item is going to extract the text and replace it. If does not exist, we are going to store into binding an empty string. I could write this code before when we were scraping the first attributes, but then we wouldn't run into an error and we wouldn't know how to solve it. This is the way to avoid any empty attribute. Now we need to store every CD information somewhere. Let's create an object called data, and each attribute is going to be here as a key. For example, image, name, artist, and so on. And after each for iteration, we are going to get all the attributes and store it here, appending the attribute or value to the item, the data item. Data, image, we're going to append or add image. Same for name, artist, and so on. It's important that each key here corresponds to the keys here. Image, name, artist, everything. And now, after the loop is done, we're going to print the data. Let's see if everything is alright. A comma here. No, forgot this. Okay, let's try again. Nice, we have all the data here, but it's very hard to read, right? For that, we have the pandas library that is going to make it everything beautiful for you. So with pandas, we're going to create a table or a data frame. And we are going to pass the data and every column in the order we want. And we are going to print it. And we need to store it, of course. So let's print the table. This is easier to read, but seems like Repl is making it hard to read. Let me check it again. Now it's time to store it into a file. Let me see, table. We need to store it into a CSV. We can name it my album CSV, separation comma. We want to encoding UTF-8. And we don't want to store this index. So index false. Run it, and this is going to create my album CSV file here. We have the header here, image, name, artist, binding, blah blah blah, and we have the information here. Everything is working, but every time we want to scrape a different band, we need to come here, write, what do we want? Spice Girls, no, Spice Girls no. Come here, copy, blah blah blah. This is boring and it's not dynamic. But why not ask the user for the name of a band, and this is going to be replaced by the user's band. For that, we want to ask the user for a band. Band name equal input. Please enter a band name. And that name, as you can see here, is not sex space pistols. It's sex plus sign pistols. We need to replace the space with a plus. That's easy to make. Format band name equals band name. What now? Replace the empty string with plus. And let's print an informative message to the user. Format string, searching, band name, without the plus sign, searching this, wait, please. And this URL is going to be replaced by the format band name. Let's try with, I don't know, that Kennedy's. Update content. Yeah, this is a Dead Kennedy's album. Yeah, it's working. Let's see, the URL is working. Dead Kennedy's, label, binding, format. How can I improve it more? Every time we scrape some album, it's storing into my album. So it's going to rewrite the previous values. We don't want that. We want to store here, store it as, let's see, formatted band name album CSV. Let's see, for example, Ramones. Format, band name, no format. Ramones. Nice, another one. Jackson. Spice Girls. Cool, everything is working. Each file is different. Each file has the band's albums, and seems like the code is done. Congratulations to everybody if you have reached here. If you have run into some typing error or something, you can check your code with mine. I'm going to provide a link to the finished version, and I'm going to drop also the link to the written version of this tutorial. As always, I hope you have fun, and I will see you on my next video.